My name is Josh Friedman. I'm the Director of Security for the Scottsdale Unified School District and a retired police officer. My job is to ensure the safety at home, at school, and within our community. To help ensure that safety, the Scottsdale Unified School District embraces the motto, see something, say something. It's vital to report any suspicious behavior as it's the best way to protect yourself and your peers. Today, we're sharing with you a short, informative podcast interview featuring some of your fellow SUSD students and a Scottsdale school resource officer. I'll catch up with you right after.
Hi, I'm Cole Parks. I'm an 8th grader at Mojave Middle School.
Hello, my name is Ella Walter Sanchez. I go to Arcadia High School and I'm a senior.
I'm Drew Browning. I'm the school resource officer for Townley Middle School.
And today we're going to be asking Officer Drew some questions. Where should you store a firearm?
So you should store a firearm usually in a safe. Is a great place to keep it. A locked safe, of course. And then you can also get gun locks as well, and those are provided at different types of community places where you can grab them.
Are weapons allowed on school property?
So weapons aren't allowed on school property. That is because when you're in school, it's a safe environment, right? So we're not allowed to have any type of weapons on campus.
And weapons is sort of like a broad term. What would you consider a weapon?
So a weapon goes from anything from like a firearm, right? A simulated firearm, a blunt object, so like a hammer, a knife, that type of stuff would be considered a weapon. I know a bow and arrow could be considered a weapon, so don't bring those to school.
What happens if a student has a toy weapon on campus?
So if a student brings a toy weapon on campus, there's definitely going to be consequences. The toy weapon will be confiscated. That kind of, like I said earlier, it falls under like a simulated weapon. So we'd confiscate it, and then there would be some type of discipline from the school, and then possibly from law enforcement as well.
And what would be considered on campus? Just school grounds or events, or what is considered on campus?
So school grounds and events, yes. So like anything on campus, right? So once you pass those gates, that would be considered school grounds. The parking lot's considered school grounds. Football games, basketball games, those type of events, and is all considered school grounds.
What happens if someone changes a toy weapon to look more realistic?
So if someone changes a toy weapon to make it more realistic, that will definitely have consequences, right? So like, you know how a Nerf gun or something like that, right? They can paint it black. You would have a lot of consequences from the school as well as law enforcement.
Are you allowed to bring a BB gun on campus?
No, so that's kind of similar to a Nerf gun, right?
Yeah.
So you can't have any type of BB gun, Nerf gun, simulated weapon. That is a no-go for school.
Is a water gun allowed on campus?
Water gun is not allowed on campus like the past ones, right? You can't bring those on because I know the senior class, right? What's it called?
Senior assassin.
Senior assassin, right? So I know when they bring water guns on or have the goggles or something like that, water guns are not allowed on campus. So for all you seniors out there, don't bring a water gun on campus, please.
And how do police officers store their weapons when they're off duty?
So me personally, I keep my guns in a safe just to avoid any type of mix-up, I guess. I keep them all in the safe and keep it locked.
Say you go on a trip for the weekend and you use your school backpack as a traveling backpack and you leave a weapon inside of your backpack. What should you do?
That's a good question. So I've seen it before where a kid maybe went on a camping trip, like you said, maybe put a knife in his backpack or the backpack, or like a multi-tool. So if he brought it on campus, forgot it was in there, he realized it in the morning, right? He should come to the front office, tell the front staff and admin saying, hey, I left this in my backpack from camping. Can I turn it in with you guys? And then it all depends on which school will do with the weapon, right? Probably call their parents, turn it into their parents, and usually go about that. So always go to your staff if you realize it.
What about having other weapons on school property in your car, like a bow and arrow?
So I suggest not bringing it, right? I'd leave it at home. It's supposed to stay at home, not supposed to be in your car. We're not in the wilderness, right? We're at school. Even if it's in your car in the parking lot, it still should be at home.
And how does an SRO help with keeping us safe at school?
So as a school resource officer, like my job primarily is for the student safety, right? So I'm always on campus. So I'm always walking around, making sure everything's okay, talking with students, talking with staff, and always keeping an eye out for anything that is little off, I would say. So my job is to keep everybody safe and enforce laws if I have to.
What should a person do if they see a weapon at their friend's house?
So if a person sees a weapon at their friend's house, I suggest that they go tell an adult, right? And say if the adult says, oh, it's fine, I would remove yourself from that situation, right? Hey, I want to go home, I don't feel safe. So, but it all depends.
Can anyone have a weapon, and can anyone bring a weapon on campus?
So nobody can have a weapon or bring a weapon on campus. That is totally not allowed. Yeah, it's pretty simple.
If my school goes into lockdown and I'm not in my classroom, what should I do?
So if your school goes into a lockdown, there are lockdown procedures, right? So say if you're in the bathroom, lock the bathroom, or if you can't lock it, run to a next classroom and stay inside.
What if I hear about a weapon at school or see one in somebody's backpack, but I'm scared to get in trouble or don't want to make somebody upset?
That's a good question. So there's a long-term motto that the police department and the community has always created. It's see something, say something, right? So if you see it, tell someone right away, tell an adult, tell a staff member, tell your SRO, because that will alleviate any problems down the line. And yes, it might hurt someone's feelings if you tell an adult that there's a weapon on campus, but our goal and your guys' goal while at school is to be safe. So we can't be safe if we don't say something, if you see something. So I have a couple questions for you guys. If you see a weapon on campus, what should you do? What are your thoughts?
If I see a weapon on campus, I'd probably go to either a counselor or the principal or the police officer and say, I saw this, what should I do? Or
Yeah, definitely. Or find a security officer or even just a teacher I trust and let them know right away, just so it doesn't escalate into something more.
Why do you think it is important we go over the things we discussed today?
So it doesn't happen in the future. If someone brings a gun to school or anything like that and you don't know what to do, then so you know.
Some information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or if you find yourself accidentally in a spot where you have a weapon accidentally or you didn't realize you couldn't bring a weapon onto campus. And also, when you go into lockdown, it's scary and you don't necessarily know what to do. So I think it's important to just have a refresh and know if you see something, say something.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening today, and remember, see something, say something.
Hey guys, that was a great podcast, wasn't it? It brought up some really essential points. Remember, see something, say something is not just about firearms or weapons. It applies to dangerous items, alarming social media posts, and even individuals on campus without proper identification. Also, keep in mind that items resembling weapons are prohibited on campus as well. It's our collective responsibility to work together to maintain a safe school environment. Thanks for joining us, and always remember, if you see something, say something.